visited Penn State an awful lot. Was there a time when they kind of became the school to beat? I know you talked about just kind of narrowing things down the last couple of weeks, but during the process, did you think, boy, I think this is it, and everybody else is going to have to be better than this for me to go there?
Not a ton till the end. Maybe my last visit, I kind of thought like, hey, maybe I could definitely see myself going here. But no, I've always loved everything about that school and everything up there. So it was definitely an easy, hard decision. If that makes any sense.
How much did Duke factor into the decision, and how seriously were you considering them?
I really was considering Duke a lot. Academically, it's by far what I'm looking for, and then football-wise, they've had a huge turnaround the past 7 or 8 years now. So it was definitely they were right there. It was very close.
What was it that put Penn State over top then?
Closer to home, my family can come see me play. 107,000 people in the stadium going nuts every play, every second of the game. Can't wait for that.
I read in a preview story with Adam Friedman that you're going to start recruiting other prospects. Do you have anybody on your list that you're kind of going to target? Or, I mean, what's your approach with that? How will you do that?
I will contact all the other commits, see who we all agree on should be joining us as well, and then I'll go from there.
Were those other commits on you before you made this decision? You know, guys like Shane and Miles?
I had a couple messages from Shane, Miles, and Jake, Connor as well. A couple messages from them, just positive encouragement, that's all.
How well do you know those guys? How much have you
I've talked to all of them a decent amount, through Twitter mostly. When I go up there to visit, I saw them each at a couple of spring practices and stuff like that, but a decent amount. I'll definitely start to get to know them better now.
And when did they find out about this now, when everybody else did?
Oh yeah, nobody knew except for my family.
Have you gotten any messages from them yet, or haven't you looked?
I have not looked yet.
What do you think your phone's going to be like when you do look at it?
I don't want to know.
Michael, what's it like having to say no to guys like the Alabama and Ohio State programs, guys like Coach Saban and Coach Meyer? Is it surreal to have them kind of come after you like that, and then you have to make a choice that they're not going to want to hear?
Yeah, I was very blessed to be recruited by all the schools I was recruited by. At times it was a little bit surreal, like, wow, like, it's just really happening. But no, it was definitely a fun process, and I pretty much based my decision off relationships until I got it down to the last couple. And I just had the best relationships with those couple of schools, so that definitely helped.
What do you like most about Coach Hand?
I don't know where to start. He's so passionate about the game on the field, and then off the field, he's such a good mentor to all his kids. And he does consider all his players his kids. I've talked to a bunch of them, and they've had nothing but good things to say, so that's also very enticing.
And just to be clear, are you on schedule? Are you planning to finish your senior year in high school? Would you consider January enrollment, or is it?
No, I'm going to finish my senior year and enjoy it while I still can.
Sure.
Yeah.
What are you at right now, height and weight wise?
Height, I think I'm about 6'5" and 271.
Okay. You asked this already, just stop me, but do they see you as a 5-spot type of player? Do they see you inside or outside, or do they see you as a 5-spot guy, depending on where you grow?
I think they see me as a 5-spot guy. I play both guard and tackle here. So we haven't really talked about it, to be honest. Maybe that'll be a discussion in the future, but as of now, I mean, I don't really have a preference. So I'll play whatever they need me to play.
Do either of these schools ever talk to you about defensive line or the fact that you can play the other side of the ball?
Coach Spencer from Penn State constantly jokes that he's going to steal me from Coach Hand. Yeah, it's an everyday thing. Every time I see him, he jokes. But I'll probably stay on offense. I don't see why I would go to defense.
Do you plan on getting up to Penn State over the summer at all? I know sometimes kids who commit.
I don't have plans yet. I don't know.
Mike, are you prepared, even though you made your announcement today, that the Nick Sabans of the world are still going to come after you and continue their recruitment?
Yeah, I'm very aware of that. I won't waver. Penn State's the place that I want to be, and that's where I will be.
And what will you say when they call?
Thanks, but no thanks, I guess. When it happens, I'll find out. I love Penn State. I wouldn't want to be anywhere else, so that's where I'll be.
Is that one of the reasons you were so thorough in this process, so that when you made the decision, that was the decision?
Yeah, definitely. That was the exact reason, actually.
You've mentioned in previous interviews that Coach Bauer is kind of like a buffer for you with coaches and whatnot. How important has he been in this process?
He's been tremendously important. He does so much for me. Anytime a coach comes into school, he always speaks to them, even if it's just to say hello. He's always been very kind and very nice to all the coaches. And he definitely helped once I started to narrow it down to kind of get other coaches out of there that I wasn't considering. So it definitely helped a lot.
You always sort of had a timeline of deciding somewhere between around the end of your junior year and the start of your senior season. When did you realize that sort of the end of May was going to be the time for you? I mean, I know you tweeted it out when you do a date, but when did it start realizing?
Pretty much then. Yeah, pretty much then.
Why?
Yeah, me and
and
my
what,
dad.
did it just feel right, or?
Yeah. Me and my dad were talking about it, and I had decided that Penn State was the place I wanted to be, so I felt no reason to keep it a secret or anything like that, so I could start actively recruiting other kids.
Yeah. You know Will Fries at all? Have you talked to him much?
I have not yet, no.
What is it? I mean, what is it about recruiting? I mean, what do you want to sell uncommitted prospects on about Penn State?
All the opportunities. Like people have said already, there's a chance for early playing time. 107,000 going nuts. And the coaches, they are 110% involved, and they believe completely that Penn State's going to be a championship caliber team, as well as I do. Probably I'll start with that and then see where it goes.
What was it like to be able to celebrate this moment with your family? I mean, everybody with the shirts and stuff. It seemed like kind of a special thing.
Oh, of course it was. How could it not be? I've been waiting for this day for a while now, and I would have never done it if they weren't here. So it was a huge factor for them to be here and everything.
What did you think of the event as a whole? It's like I think about maybe 100, 200 people showed up. Lots of media members, obviously. What are your thoughts?
It's awesome. Very grateful that everybody came to show the support. Very nice of everybody.
Were you nervous at all up there talking? Because this is such
I was a little bit.
You handled yourself well, but how did you feel you did?
I was a little nervous, to be very honest. But as I started going, it was what it was, so I just kept rolling.
It's over now. What do you think? What's the relief off your shoulders?
It's huge. I feel like 1,000 pounds got lifted off my shoulders. It's going to be very nice in a week or so from now that my phone's not constantly buzzing for coaches. Always want
Coaches
a word.
or media?
Yeah.
We can still keep it buzzing if you want.
I might have to do a Q&A then.
But it'll be great to just kind of relax a little bit, and everything's said and done now. So I'll just focus on playing football.
And you were saying about the weight on your world today. I mean, what's that like for you when you're presumably sitting in class today with like this big decision? I mean, what was the day like for you? Were you just sitting there like, oh my gosh?
I mean, to be honest, I really didn't think about it until probably 2:10, 2:15. I was like, it's getting close now. At times throughout the day, I'd start thinking about it. I get a little nervous, but then I'd forget about it and I'd be fine. I know it's a big decision, but I'm 100% confident in it. So nerves was mainly just speaking in front of everybody.
I mean, the tie, because you got a lot of shades of blue going on there.
do.
We were trying to figure it out earlier. I mean, how'd you find the tie?
So got to keep everybody on their toes.
Yeah.
I walked into the Perry Ellis outlet and asked a couple guys to help us out, and this is what I walked out
And did you say, I want a confusing blue tie?
Exactly.
Or is it, okay.
Do you know who you were?
After I told them, yes.
And I missed, when did you tell, you mentioned talking to Franklin at the end about it. When did you talk to them?
That was, I believe, Sunday.
Okay.
Sunday. Just this past weekend.
Right.
Yeah, I was down at my uncle's pool and called them both up.
Where were you?
My uncle's pool.
So you're just...
Yep, sitting poolside, just relaxing.
Why
Figured
did
I'd
you
give them a
decide
call.
then?
Why not? I wanted them to know before I made my announcement.
Right.
And my weeks are very hectic. I had spring ball this week, so that was just the best time to do it.